So you can't help me fix this annoying affliction either?
Precisely. It's already too deeply intertwined with your fate. Imagine your destiny is a tree. This affliction is like a new shoot growing from its branches. It's been helping you absorb sunlight and dew this whole time. It, long ago, began to shape your fate. If you cut it off now, the wound left behind might fester, infecting the entire tree.
You make it sound like it's a good thing. It's clearly getting in my way, keeping me from mixing the drinks I need. It's more like one of those vines that wrap around the trunks of giant trees, restricting their growth and slowly strangling them.
Well, if that were the case, your fate would have rejected it, and we could have easily pruned it away. Unfortunately for you, it's not at all what you say it is. All right, enough talk. That should be enough to convince you I'm a legitimate fortune teller, yes? Now, just like I told you, come here and pick a card at random. And let me give you a little advice about your future.
So I just pick one at random, Okay. How about this one? No, wait! This one!
Don't overthink it. No matter how you choose, you can only ever draw the card that's destined for you.
Oh, this fortune teller's laugh is so creepy! She's just like an old witch from a fairy tale. But since she's so good at it, her advice could prove really helpful. I have to choose my card carefully. Huh? Traveler? Paimon?
True to form. Here you are at just the right moment. Well said. Compared to an intangible thing like fate, commissions have a far more intuitive effect on shaping our words and deeds. Now, seeing as you're here, perhaps you could have a word with this little one. She doesn't seem very trusting of an old witch like me.
Well, it's not so easy to trust a weird-looking fortune teller who's set up stall in the middle of nowhere. Oh, the traveler seems to know this fortune teller pretty well. Great. I can finally ask someone I trust. Traveler? Paimon? Come over here for a sec. I need to talk to you in private. Looking for new ingredients, of course. My previous approach to mixing drinks was far too narrow-minded. I kept limiting myself to actual food. Paimon wouldn't exactly call the things you put in your drinks food, Diona. Well, It's all technically edible, as long as you grit your teeth and close your eyes. It's stuff you can force yourself to swallow. Exactly! I've already found a bunch of rusted screws, scrapped cables, coagulated chunks of grease, dust bunnies, toe jam. And it's all thanks to that guy from the Fontaine Research Institute who makes Fanta. He's been a real help. Well, I heard that really tasty fizzy drink stuff comes from the Fontaine Research Institute, so I headed over to take a look. When I got there, Mr. Henri let me try a few bottles of the new Fanta flavors. Completely on the house. Mr. Henri doesn't smell of alcohol at all. Nope. He just smells like Fanta. Sweet and tangy. When stiffened, you can tell he's a reliable sort of grown-up. And he was the one who suggested I come to this stall. He said my affliction is probably beyond the Research Institute's ability to analyze. But he heard that this weird fortune teller who showed up recently near the court of Fontaine, apparently everyone who's been here says she's crazy accurate. Maybe if you get your fortune told, you'll learn something about what's causing your affliction. If you grasp the principles behind it, perhaps you can find a cure. Well, hard to argue with that logic. Guess he didn't end up becoming a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute for nothing. So I came here to see the fortune teller. As soon as I walked over, she stopped me and said there was a strange disturbance surrounding me. Before I could ask, she blurted out all the answers to my questions.
But the scientific logic of the Fontaine Research Institute doesn't directly apply to divination. Even if you understand the principles, it doesn't mean the solution will be easy to come by, just like I told you. Mysticism isn't built of bearings and bolts, and I can't simply repair your fate for you.
Oh, are you telling me nothing can be changed? Then what's the point of drawing a card?
By drawing a card, you may just find a tiny missing gear to fit into the wheel of fate. It may seem insignificant, but when installed correctly, the tiniest gears can still drive massive mechanisms.
You're not just humoring me, are you? Traveler, what do you think? All right, if you say so. Then I'll take one. All right, here we go. Looks like it's...
Oh my, how strange. To think the disturbance surrounding you has grown with such vigor. It's no longer a shoot, but a sturdy branch. How curious.
Huh? What are you saying? Does this mean the drinks I mix will taste even better from now on?
If we judge solely by your affliction, that would indeed be the case. Furthermore, the card you drew is the reversed High Priestess. Which means you've been too focused on the illusions before the veil. Which is precisely why you've been unable to pass through it for so long.
That doesn't sound like it has anything to do with mixing drinks. I thought this card would tell me what ingredients I need to use.
The lunar arcana aren't known for creating recipes. At least, not yet. But mixing drinks isn't the only way to find the answers you're looking for.
The answer is to teach those old booze hounds a lesson, so they never get drunk and cause trouble again.
You're certainly driven, but while your body moves forward, your heart remains stuck.
That's not true. I hate those weird old drunkards from the bottom of my heart, especially...
I see. Then, have you talked to the one who fills your heart the most?
What? How did you know I was thinking about one person in particular? I didn't even...
Through divination, of course. Perhaps you should cast aside your impatience and confused emotions and tell him how you truly feel. You might find it more effective than trying to mix the most disgusting drinks in the world.
There's no way he'll listen. Once he started drinking, he doesn't listen to anyone.
Perhaps that was true before, but now you found a tiny gear from the Wheel of Fate. Returned to its rightful place, certain things might undergo subtle changes.
You mean that? But it is just a card.
Of course not that. I'm talking about your heart. Something which has already begun to change.
My heart hasn't changed at all. Now, I need to go look for ingredients. How much is the divination fee? I can pay it in full.
Oh my, what a well-mannered child. Much more endearing than that other little brat. But there's no need for a fee. Just consider this a gift from a witch.
Thank you. If you ever come to Mondstadt, I can treat you to a drink. I guarantee it'll taste delicious.
Mondstadt, you say? Yes, if I get the chance, that might not be such a terrible idea.
And thank you for helping me out, Traveler in Paimon. No matter the trouble, Paimon and the Traveler will swoop in and save the day. But swooping in is thirsty work. So once we're done, we wouldn't say no to some of your tasty drinks, Diona. It's a deal. Next time you're in Mondstadt, I'll treat you to the best drinks you ever tasted. The kind with absolutely zippo alcohol.
By the way, If you have any more questions about your card, look for someone named Mona. You probably already know who I'm talking about.
Mona? Yeah, I know her. She always orders the cheapest drinks. Is she a powerful fortune teller too?
Ha! She's nowhere near my level.
Still.
She should be up to the task of reading the lunar arcana. Otherwise, she might as well hang up her hat. Just tell her you've brought a prophecy on behalf of the mighty astromancer Barbaloth Trismegistus as a test. Don't worry. As long as you say that, she'll do her best to interpret it for you.
I think I got that. Astromancer Barbaloth Trismegistus. Yosa! That's a long name. Come to think of it, isn't Mona's name really long too? I think it was the what was it again?